UrbanHood, your learning platform.
Food Bank, and UrbanHood is one of our educational program for this nonprofit organization. So everything we are sharing is all educational purpose only. Please do your own due diligence before you invest in a market. Otherwise, just do the paper trading. If you are new to learn the market, so you don't lose your hard-earned money. So today's topic, what we are planning to share, this four different buckets. One bucket, we're going to be sharing the market economy, some of the facts you should be aware of it. Once you are aware of these facts and what may happen, that will help you to decide if you are into stock or those who is going to be who is in future, that you'll see that how it's going to reflect based on some of those economics on macro level and micro level, that you should be aware of it. And then we started introducing that real estate. In future, you're going to see that you will have real estate. And I know in the room, I've seen earlier a couple of real estate experts are in the room. So, and I'm sure they will chime in. And then at the end, we all are going to learn from each other. By all means, I am not in expert in everything, but I love to learn new things. So today's whatever I learn, tomorrow it could be totally something new, right? So one thing about all of us, we know market is versatile. So as things changes, we have to change our mindset. We have to change our knowledge we know and make the decision based on what the new information comes in. Then we are going to dive into crypto. We have a crypto expert also in the room. He's going to be sharing some crypto later on, what's happening in the crypto market. So in market economy, you may already heard about this lava is exploding everywhere in Spain. This El Paso, Spain, that you see that neighbors are losing their house and then people have to evacuate, and this is becoming a more and more concerned to the whole Europe market. At the same time, they do not know when it's going to be stopping. So you might see that some of these things may have a ripple effect in future, but you should be aware of it. Those who know that what happened in 2020 March, that we knew that around 2019, around August, September, we heard there was a fever is happening in China, and then some of us started thinking, okay, should we do something about it or we should ignore it? So same thing, do not just ignore it, but their economists and all the others, investors are concerned how this might affect, this, though in Europe, in Spain, and then it's coming back to, some commodity and gas and some of the stuff. We're going to go details later on. But it's a concern that you should be aware of it. If you see any article, just learn about it, what's happening in there, okay? Next, you may already heard about the real estate part. In the real estate, in the real estate, the Chinese, this Evergrande, the center. So think of this like what happened in 2008 in America, Lehman Brothers in investment banking. When all those company was going into some trouble, or there are some stuff they were not doing right, and then government had to come bail them out in 2008 in US market. But in China, this is happening real estate wise. This is happening this company. Evergrande is the biggest real estate company in that country, and their debt is 3 billion plus minus around there. But what happens now? Last few months, they are saying that they are not able to have enough revenue, the income coming in to pay off the debt, and they have a certain schedule to pay their interest. They are not able to pay those interest. So what that means, if we do not have enough revenue coming in and enough money coming in, investors are are concerned, are they going to have the delivery of the apartments, new developments going to happen, or what's going to happen, right? That's kind of added whole fear, and because of the fear, it's causing the whole world to figure out, is this going to happen like what happened in USA 2008? Real estate market got boomed, the whole market, stock market has to react. China is having, not only in real estate, we know there is having trouble in the tech side also. So this is something that be careful. We know in the past, I myself used to have a lot of investment in China, the Baba and a couple other JD and you name it, and the PDD, those company I used to have in technology. Now slowly I started downsizing some of those and just being cautious. Doesn't mean that it's not going to turn around, but we see a lot of US, the institution is running away from that investment until it gets settled down. So there's something. Next, you need to look into some of the facts that you should be aware of it. So number one, that here in US market, we saw the last week, Fed that had an interview with the Senate, and then they did come up with the information that they are going to end the tapering, that the starting end of this November till mid-June, they will say they will stop pumping money in the market. Hopefully equity is going to be settled down and bond might be turning around. That's a fact. So this is something that is good to know that is going to happen. But how that going to happen, the next fact is, like, people are saying that this inflation is temporary, it's not going to go, it's transitory, which is not true. But that the inflation, in the past they have been talking about it, but it's not temporary. You'll say that there are some of those cost is not going to go down. So in long run, inflation is going to go higher, because what happened, they are looking at companies, there are business, their revenue and is going much higher than in the past. So if the revenue company is growing their product, they are increasing their market share, and they are innovating, what do you think, that they are going to decrease the price? Look at that Netflix. Those who has Netflix, watch Netflix. When they were in the market, Netflix had all this competition. You have Disney came in, you have the Apple came in, so many other streaming business came in, but Netflix figured out a way, in an innovative way, to not only capture more market, they raised the price. At the same time, they are also adding more and more capability, where if you have Netflix today, you'll see that you could have 3, 4 screen, but Netflix now started charging money even more than one screen. I'm a Netflix consumer, so I see that sometimes I use it, and my kids are using on different device in another room. Netflix, oh, you do not have second device, pay more money. So this is where that all this inflation rising is, like, bread you're buying, milk you're buying, this price is not going to go down, because we see that's what's happening in the supply chain is there are some difficulties happening, but over time, all this supply chain is not going to come down and decrease the price. So inflation is going to higher. So what that means is coming back to next, that we are not at the point of recession when people say, look, can people afford to buying things or not? That's not going to happen, because you see the job market, there is labor shortage happening. At the bottom, I put the variables that the labor shortage is happening. There are many people have a job, they are picking the job, they don't like it, they go pick another job. Because if you have some certain skills and your skills are in demand, you will get job that's really, they are going to pay you more than what you're getting today, or you might get a job that you always wanted to have it. So you have that kind of exposure, right? So that means the equity is not coming down. Equity is going to is there, but there are something that you, as a fact that you need to start looking, is this the best deal? So undervalued and overvalued. That's one you need to start looking, try to understand that some of the business, truly understand the business. Just do not just keep going, just say, oh yeah, I heard about this stock and my friend told me. So that's something you and I have to work together as we continue the journey. So now what's happening this coming week? Look at in Asia market that you are going to see that 3 central bank meeting is going to happen. In there, those 3 countries that they are going to come back, are they going to increase their rate of interest, where we know that it's coming sooner or later? Either some countries are going to say, okay, they are not going to touch anything 2022. Maybe they will increase 2023. Some may say, so we'll see. That's something, just keep an eye on that. Australia's house number is going to come out this coming week. So that's also going to see this, how is doing comparing China and others in Australia housing industry. Then in India, that there is COVID number still is a concern to the whole world. They're not able to pick up decrease the number like USA. For a while it went up, that then US took some actions. Now slowly COVID number is getting settled down, but India is still is a concern. Keep an eye on this one. Chinese market is closed this coming week because of this golden week, so which is good that we do not have to at least be too much worried to know what's happening in the whole China and US market tension and Europe. So next in the UK, there is a crisis happening in the natural gas. Due to that crisis, they increase the price of the natural gas. For that, you will see there are there are people, their business, especially restaurant and those business are struggling. So that's something is keep an eye. That's happening in not only UK, neighboring countries also, that winter is coming and the restaurant, all the other industry using the natural gas, they are saying the increase of the gas is coming, which is soon you're going to see that our future member is going to tell what's happening in the commodity side. But this is now that's something to keep an eye. In the USA, job numbers is going to coming in. Tesla annual meeting is going to happen this week. So one of the thing in the Tesla annual meeting that keep an eye on this that they are going to have a new board of directors and chairman, and are they going to keep the existing one or not? So there will be vote and election going to happen. So that will be interesting to see what's happening with the Tesla with all this. At the same time, we have seen a lot of calls last week, a lot of options, especially options came in huge number, over 800. I have seen some also coming in close to 850, even 900. There were calls came for Tesla this coming week. So it will be very interesting to see how Tesla perform, right? And then you are going to see there will be a meeting with all executives of that airlines industry. They're going to come in this week. This is the first time since COVID they are going to meet face to face. So what is that means? That means they will be figuring out if they can go ahead and take advantage of this holiday times, or any innovation comes in between.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. So now I'm going to dive into the next again, back to stock. What's going to happen on the stock market? If you see S&P, I'm looking at the SPY. Those who is new, just SPY is one of the ETF fund. It represents pretty much top 500 companies in the US. So if you look at on the right side, it's at the bottom, it's that a month. You see June, July, August. It's a time on the right side. At the bottom, X and Y is the price. But here, that this coming week, the blue line here, you're seeing a little bit about blue here. This gives you pivot number. Pivot is till 436. This coming week, if SPY stay above 436, which is great, that is giving you signal that it's ready to come back up upside, then 444, you say I marked 440 is fast resistance. It's going to be, then it's going to have 445 on the upside on this week. So if it does overall, that we have seen that last week, if you look at the last week, it came down. It was strong to stay around 430 zone, this price area, but it did not go below let's say 427 and here. So it's bouncing back. So overall, this week looks like more bullish, neutral, because a lot of concern was last week, government shutdown happening, and then the Congress, they're talking, and what's going to happen with the Congress in the Fed. So those things settle down. So hopefully that this week looks like it might bounce back. Let's see. So on the upside, those who's playing options, you can look for 440 to 443, that range. If it goes upside, you can do call, or if you believe that it can go down more for any incidents, you can put on the put side. So if you see one of the things that with the current market, what I have been doing, let's say if I see that on Monday market is bullish and I'm on the bullish side, I will be on the bullish option call for short term. And then as I see that some are based on my technical analysis, there is a lot of selling happening, and then I might go into next week put side. That way I want to have, in case it goes down, then I want to make sure that I make money on the both side, upside and downside. Okay. Next, the next one, this is a stock that Affirm Holdings that I am looking this coming week. You can keep an eye on this. So here the two price that I am looking 120. If it stay above 120, you might see that it can go above 133. But when it goes, it just flies up. We have seen a lot of the options cost came in this one last few weeks. It's been a lot of volume also slowly coming in. So that's something I'm looking at. And as far as weekly options, usually when I do weekly, I do scalping. I don't keep overnight.
Questions like that.
You have a question? Okay. So in 1 to 25 call, I'm looking for this week, for this one. So before we have on a stock, say, Abdul, are you with us?
Yes, Mushi, I am here.
What are the things that I know that you have couple that you are looking at on the stock and option side?
Absolutely. Do you want to pull out the screen on charts?
Okay.
And first one I'm looking at is Tesla.
Okay, let me open Tesla. Okay, I have 15 minutes. I have 5 minutes. Okay, I'm one. So I'm going to just 15 minutes. I'm going to go 4 hours. Let's see. Okay, go ahead, Abdul.
So I'm looking at Tesla. Yesterday they had released their deliveries for the third quarter, which was a blowout delivery. So expecting a gap up on that tomorrow. So let's see how that goes. If momentum is there, I mean, you can do some day trading, or is it buy some calls on that and quick in and outs or hold. But definitely should see gap up, and if it does, it should gap up. Or maybe I'm expecting to hit over 800, and if it goes 800 and has some momentum, it could fly.
Right. And those who is looking my technical chart here, you can see that on this side, on the daily chart, you can see a lot of green means it means more buyers are in there than sellers. But you can see that it has a lot of momentum, a lot of buying is happening. And we have a couple other indicators. So we use the free indicators and paid indicators, so ignore that. But it does, you see that this rise, it gives you a signal that is uptrending this week on the daily 4 hours. 4 hours, it was a little bit choppy this whole week, last week, and it could not, it tried to go over 800, it could not, it just stayed bouncing back. It stayed within this range. So it was almost like trading within this range on a whole week on 4 hours, but on the 15 minutes, it gives you strong signal. You can see that it tells you here, arrow up on the 15-minute side. It does look like giving a signal that Tesla, this coming week, may go over 800. So we'll see.
Okay, so that's one. Another one is a BA. BA has some relative strength in the last week.
Yes, I did some scalping with BA. Go ahead. But same thing that those who is trying to do technical, it does on the technical. Last week BA had a good on the technical side. You can see that it did touch 228.29, but it could not hang on to it. It came down. But on the daily chart, it does look like BA is, it just like cannot go over 230. whole time. 230 is like, it has to go over to 30 in order to be on the bullish side. But here on the 4 hours chart, 15-minute charts is giving you some signal. It might be ready to come back up. We'll see. Here else, this also bullish trend. It tells you bullish trend. Here on the daily chart is not bullish, it's more like bearish. All right. If you are not speaking, please mute your line. Thank you.
Also on energy sector, energy has been very strong, was the best performing sector last week. So XLE is one way to play the energy, and that has components in there. Or you can trade individual stocks like XOM, MRO, which had very good strength. And even last week, even in Friday after hours, they had gapped up a little bit more. So look at the energy sector.
Yeah, I see on the 4 hours is 4 hours. Look at it, the daily chart is strong on the XLE. You can see that here it gives you a signal on the daily chart. So in all the way, XLE is giving you signal that it's ready to go higher. So those who is new, XLE is a ETF, at least safer. You do not have to pick individual company. If you are long term, that that is a stock like this or ETF like this, you can sit there, buy and sit there. If you do not have in your portfolio energy, this is something you can consider.
And on XLE, I mean, the top two holdings are XOM, which is ExxonMobil, which is 24%, and CVX, which is Chevron, that's 21% holdings.
Oh, wow.
And they also pay dividends. So if you buy this as a long-term, they're good for dividends, or buy the individual stocks, you'll read the benefits and the dividends as well. So keep an eye on, and MRO, again, if you want to go with a lower price stock, go with MRO or SLB in the energy sector. So that's another one looking at in energy. Then last week there was another stock which had very strong relative strength. It's a very inexpensive stock and really gapped up, is APRN.
So on the MRO side, on the 4 hours, it gives a little bit signal on the 4 hours chart. You can see that MRO is just like bull and bear, it's just fighting each other here. You see that 4 hours? It doesn't know that which direction it will be going there. And I see there is a squeeze happening here. So on the 4 hours MRO. So we'll see. But on the daily chart, it looks like it is ready. It has a little bit more to grow on the daily chart on MRO. You see the squeeze happening, and then there might be sell-off is going to happen on the MRO side.
Then the other one was APRN. On last week had very strong relative strength and heavy buying. APRN. You can look at the chart on that. So if market is strong,
okay.
Even with the market being down last week, it was very strong.
Oh wow, yeah, I can see all day. Look at last week, every day it will keep going up.
So if this continues, it should go higher.
No. I'm trading this stock since IPO. This is just because it is shorted heavily. When the market is going down, it will go up. It is always common symptom. When the market is going down, heavily shorted stocks will pick up. Because those people will cover these stocks and then they short the high flying stocks like Apple, Tesla, all these things. So I don't believe in it unless some other company acquire it.
Okay. So it looks like it's like one of the squeezes happening here. Short selling.
Yeah. Squeeze and short covering. So many things are happening.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Another one we see is IGT. Also very strong strength last week.
Yeah, nice one.
IGT.
Yeah, IGT is a nice one.
International Game Tech.
Yep.
Okay.
So look at that one there. Also, you can see last week, even with the market being down, it was very strong. And every day it was moving higher. And it's trending up still.
Oh wow, yeah. Every day it was going up last week. 4 hours also it did pretty good move. And on the 4 hours it tried to break out on 30. 30 is the one it's just holding back.
Yep.
And 32 is shooting. And on the 15 minutes. So yeah, it does look like all the indicator is telling you that it can go higher, IGT. What is this? Abdul, do you know much about this business?
I don't know much about the company here. No, I do not know much about it. Just international gaming technology.
Oh,
I don't
it's
know
a
much about
gaming.
it.
I'm going to
Yep.
check this one.
So keep an eye on that one. Another one which I've been in and out of and trading is D-Dog.
Oh, D-Dog. Yeah.
Okay.
We saw a lot
And
of volume with the D-Dog.
yeah, and even Friday it was also it was close to 145 close. Last week it was in the 137 on Monday and it closed by 145. I think this is gonna explode. Earnings coming out in November.
Okay.
I was at the November calls last week, Monday. I alerted to our group. We entered this trade at $9 calls for November 19th, and we sold them on Friday. We sold 50% on Friday and Thursday for $12, and then we sold the other 50% on Friday for about $13 and $25.
Yeah,
so we made a 50% profit in 4 days or 3 days.
It looked like it pulled back. If you look at it here, you see that it's selling. It's selling. It's downtrending on here. D-Dog on the daily is like selling happening, selling just like you just have to, maybe there is some profit taking is happening.
Exactly.
And then if you are November call, if you have not sold it, there are those who sorry missed out. You might want to keep an eye on this. Then November, you said 140 call you had.
Yeah, November 140 calls. I will go back in them when there is a pullback.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it to pull back close to 140 range, and I will re-enter this position. Last quarter, it had earnings and it was explosive. The options that I had on there, the stock gapped up about I think $12 to $15.
Yeah, you can see that the big sell-off happened on last week.
Yep.
And after around 3 o'clock.
Yeah, closing
a
time.
lot of selling are happening around after 3 o'clock. A lot of sell-off, profit taking happening. So this pressure might continue or like tomorrow the whole market happens if there is any pressure this one. But yeah, that 140 call you got it. Those who is playing option, you might have a good premium that if it market has by any time pressure is going to lose more premium, you might be able to get in. November it will be good. Keep an eye. I'll look at for November 140 call D-Dog.
Yeah, they're right now around $13. I think $12.75, $13 around there. But I'm waiting for the pullback, and then I'll re-enter.
Okay.
The other one also is DT. DT. We alerted our members on this. I believe I alerted them on
Dana Trace, okay.
927 or 928. I alerted on this one. And we closed the position on Friday for about a 25% profit. Looking to get back in again.
What was the call you had?
We had the $70 calls for November 19th and the $75 calls, both.
November.
Both positions. Okay. So we're looking to get back into those on any pullback. Again, to catch some earnings as well there. And then what else? The last one I was looking at. She is on the energy side again. If you see here, the last one, Paychex earnings last week, and it gapped up after earnings.
What's that ticker? Paychex?
PAYX.
PAYX. Okay. Okay.
So see if this can continue moving up.
And on this one, I see that Paycheck when on the short term, you can see that a lot of buyers jumped in last week, on Friday afternoon.
Yes.
Something is happening. And here I see the 4 hours is slowly. If you look at 4 hours slowly, buyers are jumping in. There might be something coming up. What was the highest? 128, 118. So it's trying to get back to in that area. So 118, 115. But it's still, if you look at the trend is still in the bearish side. You see squeeze is happening. On the squeeze side, it's trying to get out of the squeeze and then get in. But slowly it does look like that it might be ready to break out this coming week. But you said they had earnings, right?
Yes.
So it looks like that happened. On the earnings, it got pressured. And after the pressure, they just got back in.
Yep. And again, if you want to buy this long term, this has pays dividends as well.
Okay.
So
this comes back to the people when we said, are you looking to invest? So companies like this that you might want to keep an eye if you do not have this sector in your portfolio, and if you think that is this is the deal. Let's say if I look at on a weekly on this one, let's say 3 years weekly, 3 years weekly, and then on the 3 years weekly, it looks like all-time high was 118. So this is a stock pretty much is touched. If you look, I see that it's already all-time high. So how high it can go, who knows? I don't, but I see that it does 126, it can go higher. But I would not, for long term, I would not chase it, because there are other stocks might go higher, or you might want to see if there are some new things that are coming out. But Abdul, you said they give dividends also?
Yes.
So that's something, if you want to hold it for next 3 years, and that they have the dividends, you believe in the company, the industry, maybe then you might get it. Okay, but I would not get it for long term company like this. If something I want to go long term, I want to get it really undervalued, not all-time high price.
Yeah, according to my technical analysis, it is telling it can go up to 155, but no one knows how long it will take.
Yep.
3 years, 5 years, but it is still have 30% upside.
Yep, right, yeah, because there are, look at what happened with the Google and some of those in all-time high. It still keep going higher, right? So that's why we said you have to believe in the company. You have to know what they're doing on the business side. If you have a strong conviction, yeah, buy it. Otherwise, if somebody is new try to get in, I would not pay for this much money on when there is stock all-time high, because there might be one of the things might happen. You might see that if market has a correction and another 10%, 15% can go down. So these are the stock is going to get hit big time when there is a correction.
Yeah, correction 85.
Yeah. So yeah, that's 30%. Why we want to make sure you know that. Okay. I think in that segue, the next Prabhakar, it's you. So you have the feature, right?
Yes, in stock charts, I have a paid membership. I can explain you how the stock.
I have, I made you co-host. If you can share a little bit about the future, what do you see future, and after that, Guru, you are on the crypto side.
No, Guru, you can continue with the crypto. I'll take 5 minutes to open the website.
Okay.
If Guru is okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so let me see if I'm able to share my screen.
What do you see on the crypto this coming week?
Mushi, I think this I relogged in again if you want to let me go first.
Another line 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have lines. Get it?
I would just say do this
Yep.
because in a paragraph if we do have to
Okay.
So I think crypto, as we all know, that it has been going through quite a bit of a journey, right? Starting a month or two, right? Like with various news around China kind of intervening, and then now they have almost banning all their crypto mining. So most of them are out of China now. And then based on the recent China policy, I think now many of the crypto firms here have blocked all the China users also. So that's also something that is happening. And then if you look at the last 1 month of crypto, right, like it was hovering around 54, and then I think it bottomed out at if you look at it here, somewhere around 40, right? But then it did not breach 40 and go down, right? So it is kind of maintaining that level, and then it's now picking up again, right? It's hovering around 47 as we see today. But again, there are a lot of alt currencies also took a lot of hit when the crypto went down. And then there are some new things that have also come to limelight, like Solana is one which has gained popularity very recently, and it is just flying. So these are some of the things that I would think you should keep a watch on. Definitely, there is a bounce. Cardano was like, if you look at the last 1 year, right, it was almost 30 cents, 35 cents, right, or even down, right, below. And then now look at where it was at peak. It almost went up to $3, and then now it's hovering around 2.2. So some of these, I think, on a long-term basis are looking good, and I think on a systematically a periodic investment in all of this, some of the altcoins and Bitcoin would yield its way. And few things, I think the Grayscale, if you look at it, right, they have obviously there is a lot of talk around the US government in all the various testimonies, right? The SEC chairman had a testimony with the Congress. There were a lot of talks about cryptocurrency, and then how the SEC is going to regulate, and then how about the crypto mining or the exchanges that we have, and then specifically Coinbase and whatnot. So I think the SEC is also wrapping its head around some of this, and then see how they are going to control this. But at the same time, obviously there is a lot of news around.
We lost you, Guru. We don't hear you, Guru. It looks like we lost your Guru's voice. Is that happening for you guys too?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's. Prabhakar, are you there? Prabhakar?
Yes, Mushi, I'm here.
Okay, you go ahead.
Yeah. Let me share my screen. Okay. It will stop other persons sharing.
Yeah, you just say yes.
Okay. Are you able to see the screen now?
Not yet.
Oops. Okay. It is shared something else. Share screen 1. Is it opening now? Is it good?
Yep. Now it's here.
Yes.
Okay.
Prabhakar, I guess somebody requested SPX, NASDAQ, IWM. Can you just touch up those two also?
Yeah, it is here. Discard. Okay. If we go to our group, okay, there is a futures trading room where I posted these things. These are the levels which we can see. Okay, at this moment we are here 4357. Okay, and these levels will be valid for next 1 week or 2 weeks. Okay, and this has a strong resistance at 4370, and you can see it today. It tried to break that, and it is shorted again there. And but market is a little bit bullish to sideways. SPX, and this is the 4403. We can expect a strong resistance here. And if the bill is approved, we can see this 4437 and above. It will break all the moving averages and it will go to all-time high again. And I'm expecting from today onwards. Today is October 3rd. Okay, I'm expecting 5% by end of the year. It will go up and down overall from today. 5%. That means you can say 200 points above. That is highly likely possible.
Okay.
And this Russell is a little bit bearish, but it is near to its moving averages. And Russell is performing very nicely last week, because I told you, right, when a stock is shorted heavily, it will move forward when the market is crashing.
So it will pick it up because the moving averages lines will change. Okay, now let's move on to, and if anyone is trading a NASDAQ, yeah, Tesla, it all depends on Tesla and other stocks, tech sector. So it has all the ways, 4 levels to break it down, break it up. And I'm thinking mostly it will be sideways and it will be between these 2 levels, 15,047. Okay, and this is a, a DJI, that means the Dow Jones is going into a little bit bearish, but overall at the end of the year, I'm expecting positive. So I bought a DJI, UDO calls for December. Okay, let's move on to this whole sector. And this is the large cap sectors, okay, top 10 and mid cap, and this is a small cap. You can take a screenshot and you can view all these stocks. If you know any of these stocks, you can simply trade it. I was trading it since 26. For the past 1 week, it went very high, energy sector. You can see most of the things, they are from the energy sector and tech sector. Okay, and the biotech stock, BNTX is crashing down. You can see this. But still, it is showing relative strength because the relative strength is calculated based on 200 moving average and so many other things. This is a proprietary algorithm. They are using it. Okay. So don't trade this, something like this, and you trade from the top. AMC, you can trade it because December and this quarter will be good for movies. And the movies are releasing nicely. And don't avoid mRNA. I know few fans are there, but it is, you just trade the trend. Okay. If the chart is there, 325, it is not the bottom of the chart. Okay. Still, if tomorrow it goes to 310, it will print a new 315 in the below. Okay. So it is overvalued stock. So institutional investors are not buying it. Okay. Now let's move on. I told you about DVN, and then you can see here the skin. This is a stock, nice stock. Okay. It went up from 18 to 26. Any stock in 20s. Okay. This is highly likely go to 30s and 40s easily, which is a 50% growth. This is how I pick up, and my other pickup is Sophie. Okay, you can just take care of that, Sophie. And yeah, you can. SGMS is a nice company where you know the casinos background software and machines are provided by SGMS. It is a nice company. And from this, I don't know any of the stock. If you know anything, you just trade it. I'm trading this, and I lost 10% in last week because I bought it everything on the above. But that's okay. See, whenever it comes here, anything, even minus 0.1% means it is 10% down. Okay, now, if you really want to short something, some stocks, okay, you can see here, low, low, low. Okay, these stocks, you can go and directly short this, and you always use plus or minus $100. Okay, but don't short this because Warren Buffett is there. He can put 100 billion in all of it. It is a nice stock. It is, since IPO, I was trading it, and it is worth $35. STNE, a value-based stock. Sometimes you can go contra trading and you can buy the stocks and you can hold it for 5 years. It will be doubled or tripled easily. Or sometimes it will go 100 times also. How I am telling is, we were trading some stocks that went down. For example, I can say Domo. Domo is one of the stock, and this is how the stock is falling down here, STNE. And you go to weekly chart or monthly chart, it will clearly tell you its IPO price was 35. You can see somewhere, 35.40. So, sorry, I need to change it. See, 35. So even if you buy 2 years ago or today, that is good because, okay. Now let's move on to next stock, which I picked up very, very slowly, like Domo. When it fell down almost 60%, I picked it up. How it fell down is, it fell down to almost $7. You see here, 80% it fell down from 40 to 80, 40 to $8, and now it is back to 100. Okay, this is how STNE also behaving. Okay, so if you are shorting, you should be very sharp. And yeah, let's move on to here. These are the stocks for shorting, but you just be careful. And recently, last week, not last week, last Friday, which stocks performed worstly. These are the stocks. If any stock is in this list, you should avoid trading it bullishly. Even selling a call is also very dangerous on these stocks. Now let's move on to sector summary. Yeah, it is already covered. XLE is going up. Okay, from the XLE, you can go inside. And these are the 4-5 different parts in the XLE. Okay, the coal sector is going very high because it is shorted heavily. So you avoid that and you just take care of this one or this one. This one, pipelines, you will see some stocks that are having dividend also. From that, okay, this is the coal sector actually. And we will go here to, okay, we'll go here, pipeline. And I'm trading on EQT, some stock which is in 20s. Okay, it is not here for some reason. But you pick top 3 stocks, SMLP, DKL, and DCP. Mushi told this to buy when it was in 20s, and it is there in our group also. You can check it. And the sector summary, you already see this. Yeah, with this, I am concluding my session. If you have any questions, please let me know. I want to show you something. Okay, I have some stocks. Every day, I'll pick 10 to 20 stocks. Okay. This is the sector crossing that 90. Okay, this was picked up yesterday. Okay, and these are the 10 stocks in that list. You just take it, symbols, and you just do your own research and you try it. And I will go for this Discover Financials because this is giving a loans and everything. This is a nice stock. And you can see LYV, Live Nations, because the market is opening and all the people are going to games and all these things. This is the company that is selling the tickets. And COF is a nice one. MPC is also from Marathon Petroleum. It is too much actually. From 30 to 60, it went up. But it can go further. Yeah, that's it from my side. And do you have any questions? Or do you want me to look into any of the stocks in this manner? Let me know.
Thank you, Prabhakar. Okay.
Is Lucid Motors looking like?
Yeah, this is telling, okay. It is showing bullish, and let us see how the cash flow is coming up. Oh, it is a cash flow is not coming up daily. Okay. You see the daily chart, and yeah, it is in greenish. You can buy it, and it is also bullish. PMO shows above 0 means it is overall bulls are dominating this, and this is a little bit coming down. But you can see this kind of fluctuations is quite common. If it is coming down means you can see any of these values here, 23, 22, 23. And I will add one moving average, 415 moving average. Simple moving average, 415 means almost 202 years. Okay. If it is a 415, I don't think it is coming up for this. It is undefined because it is not at all there. So you can say to 4 hours. Yeah. This will show you something 415. Where exactly it is coming? Yeah, it is a 22 is a strong support. Anywhere 22, you can sell the 22 puts and take a position. And I'm expecting it will go up to, you can go to point and figures here. You see this and you don't see anything. Okay, you see the price objective, but don't follow this blindly. Okay, it says bearish objective in the daily or 4 hours. So we will go to weekly. Let's see if it is showing some bullish objective here. So it is in wrong. Okay, so there is no enough data for this. So if you see 1 hour chart, okay, it is still showing something wrong. Okay, you just need to fix a little bit here, dynamic ATR. Okay, you see this? Yeah, now it is bearish objective. It is still bearish. I don't know why it is showing bearish. Yeah, bullish. 49 is near-term possible target. So because we know the sentiment and everything, okay, that's the reason why we are looking for bullish objective. 49, it may take more than 1 year time. Yeah.
Hey, this is again depends what you are looking at. The Prabhakar is showing in my chart short term is more bearish than bullish.
Exactly.
On the short term.
Bearish on daily.
Yeah, on the daily bearish, right? On the daily
bearish 70.
4 hours bearish.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, it does look like short term is bearish. Even I go on weekly.
It
On
is
the
some
week,
triangle.
yeah.
Yeah, 22 is the place you can catch it, because so many people got millions of shares because it is SPAC. What happened? Millions of people got SPAC IPOs and warrants, and so they can sell it anytime. They even blindly sell $10 call. They don't care because their cost basis is 10. They are very aggressive. But you see, it is an ascending triangle, and most probably I'm bullish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, over time right now, it's just trying to, if you look at long term on the weekly, it's just trying to go up on the weekly side, but else it's just like selling. People are just cashing out.
In a week, it can move $4 up or down. Okay. That is what I am telling. 24 is closing. It can come down to 17. 17 is a hard cutoff. I don't think it will come down beyond 17 to 12. This is a weekly. You can see the daily. Daily, it can move up or down 1.77. I will tell you one trading technique. If this stock goes up $2 in a single day, you can be bearish and you can sell a call on that day, or you can book your profit on that day, come back again. So I am expecting most probably this will be breaking out above, and then it starts moving. At least it need to close above 30. Then
Thanks for watching. Visit our website, UrbanHood.org, and join our community at meetup.com and look for financial freedom for you. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon.